This one is the Madeleines 2007 McLaren Vale Shiraz. Madeleines have sourced this grapes for this wine from what they say is the oldest vineyard in Malunga. The wines have been open for about 3 hours just with the tops taken off, so no decanting. Should be just about right, I think, for the try. So first thing I'm getting here is that from this aromas, there's a lot happening here. So I expect this is going to be a pretty big wine. There's definitely some the plums that you get specifically from Shiraz. Excuse me. And there's some spices coming through. I wouldn't say it's pepper. Definite spiciness, more from the oak than from the pepper, or from the Shiraz grape itself. The other interesting thing here, you probably can't see it on the glass, there's lots of legs on the glass, so it's a reasonably high alcohol wine, but I'm not getting any tingle on the nose, which is what I expected. So let's give it a try. Now that certainly is McLaren Vale Shiraz. The plums that you would expect, 2007 being a drought year, the first of 3 difficult years here in McLaren Vale, but the wine has certainly come up trumps, I think. There's massive amounts of character here, and the wood is not overpowering at all. There's a fair amount of wood there, but there's a fair amount of fruit character. So the plumminess, the absolute classic plumminess of McLaren Vale, that wonderful mid-palate coming through, and it finishes with some nice tannin, but not puckering tannin. So it means that it's all in together there. And there's a reasonable amount of wood here, don't deny that, but it's coming together nicely. Now I tried this wine about 6 months ago, and I thought it was an absolute blockbuster. I'd have to say that I think this is improved tremendously in the 6 months in the bottle, and it's settling down wonderfully. Sure, you could certainly give this 5 years without any problems at all. But there's just such that lovely McLaren Vale plumminess fruit there, and it's not the stewed fruits that I was actually expecting either. So it's more the fresh plums coming through, and that wonderful integration with the oak. I think Chris and the team have done very well to make these handmade wines from Madeleines. Yeah, finish is quite dry with those nice dusty tannins, but certainly not aggressive. Very, very nice wine, and I think you're in for a treat when you try the Madeleines 2007 McLaren Vale Shiraz. Absolute treat. What would you have with this in terms of food? You could try a whole range of red meats, and it would just be marvellous. It's hard to go past the steak for this big, gutsy McLaren Vale Shiraz. Now the other thing I want to talk about this time round is also cellaring times, and I think, you know, at least 5 years this would cope with nicely. There's a lot of fruit character there, there's a lot of oak character, and it will come together nicely. So, as I said, I think you're in for a treat with that one. Now, the second wine we have right now is the Genders 2002 Duncan Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, the Duncan wine is only made in special years, and the reasoning for the name is that the winemaker's brother is named Duncan, and he isn't with us anymore, and this wine is actually in memory of the brother, and it's only done in splendid years. Now I believe 2002 was a fantastic year in McLaren Vale. I certainly wasn't here at that time, but I'm looking forward to this. Again, the wine has been sitting here open for about 3 hours, so let's try the wanky thing. There is heaps going on in this wine. There is definitely a floral aroma coming through. Now, speaking with Diana, the winemaker, she firmly believes that the weeds that have these lovely little blue flowers that grow up and down the rows of the vineyard help create excuse me help create these floral aromas and the floral characters coming through in the wines. The closest thing I can think of when I'm smelling the wine is violets, which is not the same as those flowers from the weeds. I'm getting an interesting fennel component coming through as well. Yeah, definitely just a hint of fennel. There's right on the back of the nose a bit of peppermint coming through, which I find quite pleasing. And there's a bit of sweet, it almost smells like sweet candy, but I think this one has got like candied kumquat, if you like, coming through. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to trying this wine. Very interesting the way this has come together. There is the black fruits, the blackberry, black currant coming through that's typical of Cabernet. There's a wonderful amount of oak just sitting there with the silky smooth integration with this lovely fruit. The floralness comes through even more. Yeah, I'm getting so much of that floralness coming through on this. That hint of fennel is certainly coming through on the palate as well, and it has that chalky finish. It's not a grainy tannin. The tannins have integrated even more to be just a bit chalky. That is drinking lovely now. Sure, you could sell that more if you wanted to, but why? It's an 8-year-old wine now. The Genders Duncan 2002 Cabernet Sauvignon, and it is drinking wonderfully right now. Please, please, when you open both of these wines, let them breathe, particularly the Duncan from Genders. Let it breathe. It really needs that. When I opened this wine about 6 months ago, a tasting with Diana, the winemaker, we actually tasted it over a period of time, letting it breathe, and the way it changed and opened up during that time was just sensational, and it was worth the time to let it breathe and open up. So you're really doing yourself a favour if you do that.